No ponies for you. You're clogging up the works here. In this episode, we get ready, see some fireworks, and fall victim to honky bait. This house has mixed not only the Scarecrow, but with another item that attracts the honkies. The tanuki. I think we should move here. Eric, people are gonna hear you going in the background.
Yeah. Got a gross coffee.
I'm not really awake yet. Today, we're going to Saitama. We're gonna have fun. You said it's a weekend, but today is Tuesday. Eric doesn't really have days. It just all muddles together for him. I still have days. So this is a Tuesday to Thursday lullabout. What's a lullabout? I made up a word, I think.
A go about in Saitama, right?
Yeah, so we've traveled over to Saitama. We're hanging out at the Lawson right now, getting caffeinated so that maybe I'll talk more on the bike. I've just been sitting back there going, and you've been jabbering my face off, and I go, every like 3 or 4 minutes. So we're gonna go to Chichibu. Chichibu is kind of exciting because there's going to be some sort of special festival. And it's weird to see that a festival is happening on a weekday. Usually it's a Saturday, Sunday affair, but apparently Monday and Tuesday are the days for the festival. And Tuesday nights are supposed to have fireworks. So we're excited about that, but what we're gonna do during the day before that is we're gonna go play in the hills of Chichibu. It's a beautiful day. It's probably one of the last warm days of winter. That does not make sense when it came out of my mouth, but it's warm. Wanna go and play out in the sunshine because I've been stuck inside the house working when it's been sunshiny. So we're gonna go play in the sunshine, then we're gonna watch the night lights light up the sky. That didn't come out right, but that's all right. I'm gonna watch those fireworks in the evening, and then following that excitement, we're going back to Kumagaya. That'll be possibly a different video than this one, but that's the second part of this journey, is to go and relive Kumagaya, which is where we started our journey in Japan almost 15 years ago. So that's the plan for this weekend. Caffeination, and then onward.
Saitama is the prefecture that is just right next to Tokyo, and it's where we had started living when we first came here, so we're somewhat familiar with it. But while we lived in this area, we didn't come out to Chichibu, I don't know, maybe just once or twice.
I don't even think I did, and we didn't have a scooty then, so it wasn't easily possible. It became train travel, and if you're going to get on a train, why not go even further?
Or go into Tokyo, which is the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But there was a train that ran directly between the town that we lived in, Kumagaya, and Chichibu, which is a cool little town up in the mountains with a bunch of temples and shrines, and it's got a bit of a tourist vibe that goes on. People will come up there just for like a little bit of nature and a little bit of culture.
And when he says cool, he means temperature cool, and also like it's a nice place. But yeah, it's a pretty chilly right now.
When we told our neighbor yesterday that we were going to be coming to Chichibu, he was like, you know it's cold up there, right? We were like, yeah, we know. But even though it's the beginning of December, it's not supposed to be that cold today. I think it's supposed to be like 16 or something up in Chichibu, which is kind of fine for winter. And as you can see, even though it is winter, we've still got some beautiful colors in the trees and stuff as we go up over the mountain pass to get into the Chichibu area. So it makes a really nice ride. I come up here now and then to do live streaming, and I really enjoy it because the city of Chichibu looks so cool and the whole area around it is nice. And I've gotten some really cool photos of these trains that they have come in on the weekends that are steam engines, and they only run them on the weekends. So since it's not actually a real weekend right now, we aren't going to get to ride this cool steam train, but one of these days I'm going to come up here and I'm going to aim for it because it just looks so amazing. And just hearing it and seeing it and feeling it go by is a really cool experience. It's not the best view, but we're standing in line for lunch,
and we've entered Chichibu. They have already started to shoot off like daytime fireworks. I guess it's just for noise as opposed to splendor, but nonetheless, it surprised us. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and these are the 11 o'clock fireworks. 11 o'clock feels pretty early to be eating lunch, but we rolled through Chichibu proper, and Eric spotted this buta, pork, miso, which hopefully you know what miso is, and don, like meat on top of rice thing. And the restaurant itself had a line outside. It opened at 11. What's weird is we're standing in line and we notice that people are just going inside and coming back out. There's definitely seating inside, but it's almost like nobody's choosing to sit inside. Turns out that because they're having the festival today, they will not be having indoor seating. Everything is takeaway. So that's why we're out here, hanging out next to a big ass dam, eating our lunch. We just found a squiggly road and went to the end of the squiggly road.
The thing about that that's really weird is that you can actually eat at the restaurant. They've just put seats, like indoor seats, not outdoor seats, like seats from inside, out in the parking lot. It's very strange. There's a bunch of people sitting out in the direct sunlight in a parking lot eating their takeaway meal at the restaurant. Like, I wonder what the concept here is. Why are you not allowed to eat inside of the restaurant today? Like, what is...
They just don't want to, they feel like they're gonna have that many people that they don't want the line outside to be that long. They can sling the pork and get people in and out.
Because we could only choose one thing. You could only choose a bento. That's it. Then it made it like it took 2 seconds to pick it up. Like you bought it out of a vending machine and it was 1,300 yen per bento. And then you handed her a ticket and she just immediately handed you food. It was already pre-made.
I kind of wondered to myself, why didn't they put more seats in the parking lot? Because they could really be maxing out that parking lot.
What do you think about it? It's a pretty thick piece of pork. Usually when you get things like this, sometimes the pork will be pretty thin. I put sancho, I always say it wrong. It's like a spicy Chinese pepper on mine. And I really like that stuff.
It's not just spicy, it numbs your tongue.
Yeah, it makes you numb. I like it. You don't like that stuff, right?
I'm gonna try some of it just to see where I am now. Kind of with spices and with things you don't like. Every now and then, like every year, once a year, you should try out the thing again and go, do I really hate that? I don't know.
I'd say the miso flavor isn't super overwhelming.
Agreed. I think the cut of the meat is very good. The rice is cooked well. I kind of wish that I did get to try it in the restaurant instead of, like, how long ago was this cooked, you know?
Yeah.
For them to be prepping as much as they're prepping.
It was like prep this morning, you know what I mean? It's not cold, it's still a little bit warm, but yeah, it's like you're not getting like the fresh experience.
Yeah. But flavor-wise, it's good, and I am just incredibly hungry.
Hopefully this will be a remedy.
It's 12 o'clock. More fireworks are going off. We can't see them from the top of the dam, but we can hear them. So I think it's going to be party central tonight. Like, they are really beckoning everyone to the town center on an hourly round. While we were eating, we met some old men that we couldn't understand very well. Oh gosh, old man Hatsuon pronunciation or how they talk their dialect. It's just a special breed of unknown. But we followed them up to the top of the dam, and it's nice and sunny up here. Then we spotted some other people who have a dam business card. And we're gonna go and get one, and we'll show you what it is, but it's exactly what it sounds like. We called it a dam business card, but another way to think about it is like a dam card. It's like
no
a
business?
baseball card, like less business. This little machine, if you press the foot pedal, it should spit out a card. And there you have it. This is your dam card. On the back, you'll find all the stats of your favorite dams. There's like baseball cards that kids collected. Are kids collecting dam cards now? Can you still collect baseball cards?
I think
Do they fight?
people do the kids do the Pokemans now, but you and I, this is not our first experience with damn cards.
Yeah, that's true. We went to Gunma. Oh my gosh. We went to Gunma, and there was another dam in Gunma. This door is thrusting. So we found another dam card at another dam that we were hanging out at. You know, I've realized we hang out at dams too much. I was like going through looking at things on the map, and I was like, a dam and a dam and a dam. What Scooty has done is taken us to dams. That's what Scooty does. I feel like I've started to get kind of screwed over by the internet. Probably all of you think this, but there's so many pictures on the internet that show like fall colors or other things that they've just overvived it so much that when you see them in real life, you're like, oh, it's not as nice as what I've seen on the internet or in photos or things like that. I'm gonna turn that off and fully appreciate what I'm getting to see in front of me. This is probably one of the best spreads I've had of fall colors in years upon years, and having a great view of them and getting to enjoy them. I don't want to do the comparison. Like, it is amazing and I want to appreciate it.
You are literally on the internet setting expectations for fall colors for people.
Well, you know what? That's a true view. I think actually you have a thing on the lens.
There is a filter on the lens.
So there's a filter on the lens.
So maybe they're not seeing the real fall colors.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
It's always with the filters, man. Bump up the saturations, make it all like wacky looking.
You gotta vibe it.
You
That's
gotta vibe.
whatever I said earlier.
That's how you get the clicks.
さんチェックお願いします。はい。カスタマーシッピングお話フックを出します。スナップオン GP。はい。準備大丈夫そうですか？
はい。
はい。いきます。3、2、1。大丈夫ですか？いただきます。
大丈夫。Holy crap, that's going really fast! Woo! That's a slam. はい。Okay. Yeah, that's not scary at all. How you doing back there?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Are you joking?
Watch this.
Stop.
I love it and I hate it at the same time. It feels like freedom and slight death all in one go. So we've come to Chichibu. I think it's called the Geogravity Park. They do a lot of things that you can have fun at, which would be like, you can bungee jump here, you can swing through the canyon here. Both of those are majorly expensive, but it's a beautiful place to come and do it if you're into that. We have decided to go for the Zipline and the walk across the terrifying bridge. So you've already zipped, which sucked out a good amount of your adrenaline, and now you are just wobbly walking across this bridge that has like tons of space between each. What a slat? It's a slat?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
A plank.
Plank. Yeah. So I'm taking a breather right now. How was your zip?
Fast, and it gets scary because you get turned around backwards.
Yes.
And then you're like, what's gonna happen? But they have this like thing that you get this like get slammed against this thing and you go woo and swing back. I mean, I'm sure it's fine because we're in Japan, but like what's going to occur? I didn't know.
Nobody explains to you like what's gonna happen on the other end. But back to what we're doing right now, which is this. I am only holding on with one hand. Look at the beautiful fall colors next to our soon-to-be death. It's more intense than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get up here and be like, oh, whatever. Nah, I can feel this like throughout my body.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Yeah. I think the planks get further apart. They look further apart, right? Ooh, that hand's so sweaty on the metal. It's just sliding by. That is no help at all.
Look how far we
Holy
have.
shit. Yeah. This is below. That's normal. How far have we gone? Oh, okay. Not very far at all. Yeah, we're not even in the middle of the canyon. I guess like somebody could be swinging here while you're doing this.
Or bungee jumping.
Or bungee jumping.
It's really wobbling now.
Well, we're getting near the middle.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love bridges. This is probably the most intense wobble I've existed in. The sensation shooting through my arms of like slight fear and like being tired. Like my arms already like held on to so much. They've exhausted all of their fear. Do you have arm fear? The hell is arm fear? Oh, I want to fuck around and like sit down and swing my legs, but I also don't want anybody to yell at me.
I don't think you could sit down. The line isn't long enough.
Yeah.
I could legitimately see somebody coming out here and having a panic attack.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, seriously, I'm able to resist it, but if you didn't have a little bit of control over that, or you were like legitimately worried about heights, like deep down inside, I could see somebody getting halfway out here and just freaking out.
You know, people talk about going into haunted houses with me, and sometimes I wonder if I would not that I'd have a panic attack, I just would get to the point of too scared that I wouldn't enjoy it. And I think that's kind of what you're talking about, but in excess here, where like this could certainly turn into something where you are frozen in place and can't move.
And like they've got to come out and rescue you.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm gonna do a little bit of a... Still got that to go. This terror costs 3,500 yen per person. That includes the zip line and the fright walk. Wow. Hold on. Maybe I should show below. Oh my god, I can hardly even take that step. Okay, hold on. Yeah, they've done a good job of yeah, let's do this so you can fully understand this. Yeah, just normal Tuesday. How you doing back there?
I mean, you know you're safe, but it's still like really like sketch feeling.
As they were strapping me in, I was like, do I trust these mofos? I don't know. He did like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next guy did the 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was like, is 4 the like perfect number? Like, is there a 5 and you just all both forgot about it? But when they told me to sit down and everything held, I was like, all right, sweet. But I did think for a second there, the moment I jump off this platform, that's the true test of this, not how many times you counted to 4.
I think that the zip line was less scary than this because this is so slow.
This is slow, and you are making every individual millimeter of movement.
Yeah.
And then the bridge is making all the other millimeters of movement.
Which is like more than millimeters. It's like centimeters, maybe meters. Sometimes is what it feels like. It's probably not, but it feels like it.
All right, boy, I want to bounce. Are we going to bounce?
I don't think you should bounce. I kind of prefer not to bounce. I'm kind of happy with what we got.
Get off the bridge then.
Yeah, that's all you get.
That was enough. Oh my god. My hand is gripping so hard right now. Okay, yeah, it was such a small bounce. All right, I'm moving now. No more bouncing. I love bouncing. I'm doing it one-handed, boy. My left leg harness. Oh, that's fucked up. Dude, that is fucked up.
What?
It's fucked up what they put in front of us. Are you seeing that?
No.
It's like a nightmare.
Oh, there's a broken...
That's so evil. Gotta do both hands on this one. Oh. Oh shit! Oh, and they know that's hard for me, but not hard for Eric Klein.
Just a little step.
That's just a little step. Oh, it's so normal for you. Very funny. That was such a good job. It gave me such a feeling of like, oh my god, for real? People come over here and then they jump off this. That's terrible. Let's never do that. And that's speaking from a girl who has bungee jumped. I'm good on that. Oh, there's a spider up here. Oh no, he flew, not a spider. All right, there's like last chance bounces. Bounce, please.
God, it keeps bouncing for a long time too, because of how long it is.
Not bounce enough.
You're crazy.
Oh, they put it here for bouncing, obviously. That's what all bridges are for. Wow. It still feels forever to the end.
It does.
But now I feel like I've gotten a groove, and the slats seem closer together. You remember when they put that broken one in the middle? That was messed up. That was like the haunted house of this bridge. They only needed one thing to make it a haunted house. They needed to tell like the lore of the girl who fell through, like before you get on the bridge. Sometimes you can see her down in the water.
おかえりなさい。
壊れているボードは怖かった。
びっくりしました。
あれはもうずっと壊れてるやつですね。
Yeah. This thing's carnivorous, right? What the fuck is that? Like tropical beasts on the road.
Feed me, Seymour.
We've walked across the street from the Scary Bridge. Google Maps says there's a Scarecrow town, and boy, it's correct. It's not as many scarecrows as I thought. It's more than any town should have that doesn't have any like produce growing. There is not a farm in sight here. This is just house after house with little shops and driveways and parking lots. And a lot of these guys hanging out outside of like every house is like one or two of these scarecrows. I feel like there's legends about why they exist, that certain towns lose their population, so they put a whole bunch of these into the town to liven it up. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It may just be a weird oddity that started, and then people just joined in because it was weird, and people came and were like, whoa, what's this? So it just added upon itself. But we've seen a few of them along this road. What's going on here, Japan?
It wouldn't surprise me if this was like one of these things that came from a TV show in the 80s and a bunch of old people saw it. You know, like how they put water bottles outside of their house to scare off cats and it doesn't actually work, but like older people do that. I wonder if this is from some show or some movie or some piece of media that we're not aware of.
Some life hack that they taught people way back in the day that just hasn't fizzled out.
The little water bottles scare off cats. The scarecrows attract honkies.
Ah, yes.
Maybe we're in a nest of some like a web now. Are we in danger?
So far, so good. Let's keep going.
Seriously though, are you seeing how nice these clothes are? Do they come out here every day and like change them so that the weather doesn't get all gnarly on the clothes? Because these threads are looking sharp. I like that Charlie Brown drip.
This house has mixed not only the Scarecrow, but with another item that attracts the honkies. The tanuki. I think we should move here.
Did you find a good crunch?
Yep. Whoa, it smells really, really good. It must be the trees over there. It's like a sweet kind of smell. They came here for this aggressive dog. He doesn't look as aggressive in person. You know, sometimes you hear the stories and then you get a little scared. But yeah, he seems quite friendly.
So what do you think is more dangerous, the zip line and crazy bridge we walked across, or just driving down the road on Scooty?
I'd say it's really safe to drive here, so I guess the bridge, but at the same time, same infrastructure, so probably both are fine.
Yeah, but I mean, we're like hurdling ourselves down the road with like no straps into our Scooty. There's no like zip line harnesses or anything. Scooty's probably more dangerous than the thing that we just got a bit freaked out by.
I feel comfortable in Scooty's hands.
Monkey.
Oh, there's a monkey.
You see the monkey?
I see the monkey. Oh, there's many monkeys.
Yeah, there's a whole pack of monkeys.
4 monkeys. 5 monkeys. 6 monkeys. There are many, many monkeys. Bye, monkeys. Can't imagine going outside my house, seeing a monkey.
I mean, we have tanukis and like civets and stuff, but a monkey is another story. Because like, you gotta monkey-proof your trash cans. And earlier you were like, yeah, the tanukis are never able to figure out how to get through the carabiner we have on our trash can, but a monkey might figure it out.
Yeah. Wow, kyde.
I feel like there's a lot of dams up here. Am I crazy, or we keep going past signs that are like, here's another dam, here's another dam, here's another dam.
As I said before, I think Scooty is a dam enthusiast. Oh,
wow, look at this loop.
We are about to do a loop.
Oh, this is really cool.
Yeah, this is excellent.
This has been a really good drive too, just out through all the beautiful countryside with all the trees and colors and whatnots. Loop Bridge parking lot. It's called Loop Bashi, I guess. Loop Bashi? Loop Bashi. It's gotta be a Bashi.
Yeah, it's a Bashi. Especially with that puh.
A little bit of traffic.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's busy on the loop.
We're a little bit lost here going through this mountain valley, trying to find a gorge, but like we know where the gorge is, we just can't get to the bottom of the gorge. So we're sort of taking a guess down a little road that goes down towards what we're assuming is water. But sometimes it can be hard to tell.
Oh, there's a puddle. Found some water.
There's a puddle.
There's no like real walking path, so
maybe we're doing the activity.
Maybe we're doing the thing.
Yeah.
You always feel like there's got to be one step closer to doing something, but this might be as close as you get to it.
And I think we're running out of pavement here.
That sounds not great.
Yeah, it's not too fun with all the weight we've got. It says there's like a fishing center for like tourists up here. But
if you scoot back, there's a waterfall right next to us. so busy, like not even looking. There's a waterfall right next to you. Okay, I don't know if you want to keep going forward considering the gravel or just go back.
Yeah, it sort of sucks to ride on this with all the weight that we've got on Scooty today.
If you go back, you might get some good footage of the stream that we just went by.
Okay.
And then we'll go back up to the road and... Oh my god, this is unsettling. If you want me to get off, I will get off.
I think I got it. But yeah,
otherwise...
I don't have a lot of grip on my feet. It kind of sucks.
There was a little shrine here too.
Of course there is. It's
always
the law.
A shrine. Wow.
We found a nice peaceful spot that we'd be able to get a nice shot of this beautiful little gorge, and the peaceful serenity is being affected, perhaps, by a helicopter that's been doing circles for 20 minutes.
We've come back into Chichibu, getting ready for the festival, and there's quite a bit of stuff going on here already. Fireworks aren't till what time? 10, you said?
Yeah, well, no. It's from 7 until 10.
7
They're
to
going to
10.
have, like, I guess, like, big fireworks shows just intermittently, not like a big thing. If it went on for 3 hours, wow, that's a lot of money.
It might, dude. This is Japan. They do that sometimes.
Well, they do it with little gaps in the middle is what I'm saying. So I do think that's what they're going to do.
These fireworks are brought to you by blah, blah, blah.
I expect to know all the sponsors of this year's Chichibu festival.
So we're hoping that we can find a place to park Scooty so we can just get off and walk around, because we've been sitting in traffic for quite a while because all the roads are all closed off in strange ways because of the festivities that are taking place. So there's a place I usually park up here next to a mall, and it's a Miyachino Eki, so I think one of the two. Hopefully we'll have a place to park, but we will find out when we get up there. I don't want to have to park up on the mountain and walk back down and then walk back up. That would be a bummer.
We made our way over to the shopping mall area where there's a pretty large parking lot. It's full, like full, and those signs are like, it's full. And we were like, can we park a Scooty? And they were like, of course you can park a Scooty. So if you had a car, you'd be in trouble, but with a Scooty, there's plenty of room for Scooties. So we aren't that far away from where the festivities are going to be taking place. And
let's go up to the cinemas.
Now at the moment,
cinemas are the best.
We're just looking for warmth for a moment because it's pretty cold.
Fireworks! Another sparkle. Much like while we were riding on Scooty, we just got pushed down roads that kind of took us into a circle. We found a parking spot, but now we're walking around in the Matsuri, and you just kind of be pushed around in what feels like a circle. I don't know where any of the action is or where the jagaba is, but I'm searching for both of these things. We need to find the action and a buttery potato, all right? That's what I need right now.
You got a little fuzzball.
Yeah, fuzzball's about to get some miso on it.
They put these tent things up when you come to the festivals in Japan, and we've stopped into one of them because they're heaters. That's honestly the reason that we've stopped in here. It's a little bit warm because we've been freezing on Scooty, and they've got reasonably cheap food. They've got misu dengaku, which is konnyaku, which is a vegetable kind of thing. I don't even know how to explain konnyaku. It's like a squishy gelatinous vegetable, and they covered in miso paste. And that was 300 yen, and then we got a bowl of yakisoba here for 400 yen, and I think this will leave us room for a jagabata if we see it. I actually quite like yakisoba when we come to festivals. Like, it kind of gets me excited anyways. It's kind of sweet.
The miso has that barfy flavor to it. I don't know how to explain it. It smells a bit like barf, tastes a bit like barf, but it tastes good. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just fine. Like, once it gets on your tongue, it's all good. But it's got a barfiness to it, and I'm just like, whoa.
I think Katie just has good tasting barf, maybe? maybe you're just over there puking rainbows.
Yeah.
The defining feature of this is that the konnyaku is a texture that I am used to at this point, and I don't mind. I don't love konnyaku's texture, but it's definitely something that would be. It's like if you had to use your teeth to cut through Jello, is kind of what it feels like. If you had like Jello, but it was like hard Jello.
Yeah, it's like a tough type of Jello. That's a vegetable.
And it
came from the ocean.
It has like no flavor though. Is it from the ocean?
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing.
I don't know.
It's an ocean vegetable.
It doesn't taste oceany.
Dude, these noodles are top-notch noodles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're good.
Like, just that's al dente. This is what al dente is. We are replenished, refueled, warmer, only to get colder again, because it is pretty chilly out here. But we've come to where they have like your typical matsuri stands that are selling random eatables such as like jagaba, which is on the checklist of things I need. The checklist is 1 item long, Eric Klein.
I want a banana.
Eric's looking for a choco banana, and a warm beverage would be good, but most of those are probably going to be alcoholic, and I don't know if I am down to fall asleep on the bike, because after all of this fun, we have an hour ride on the bike to our hotel. It is packed here in Chichibu. All of the hotels are booked out. I should also point out that we didn't plan this trip until this weekend. And when I went to book a hotel last night, the only hotel that was available was $300. And I was like, I will drive an hour not to have that be the case. I said, I yelled it out loud, jagaba, and the guy next to me went, doko, doko.
Katie?
It's debaucherous. Yes, yes, yes. I see it. Wow. We don't have to leave this corner for a while. I'm trying real hard not to get butter in my bag.
There is no butter. You got to get butter out of your own bucket.
I don't want to get in or on my bag. Oh my god, it's the biggest potato in the country. Oh, I'm so happy.
This is kind of unique. You get to do your own toppings at this jagabata.
This is very unique.
And they've got kimchi and corn and butter and mystery sauce down there.
The mystery sauce is going to be mayo and mentaiko. Can you see me through the steam?
That's a steamy potato, baby.
So you get to serve everything that you want on it. Why is there kimchi over there? Who's like, oh, you know what I want on that potato? Give me some kimchi. No one's ever thought this. But the kimchi is fine. Now, one thing that's sad is you can't get cream cheese here, and salt and pepper aren't a thing. But for what they're offering, which is jaga potato and butter, fantastic. I remember when I first saw this at a matsuri, I was like, what? That's the most basic thing I've ever seen. And now I respect it so much. Jagabata.
And I mean, considering it's jagabata and there's also kimchi and there's also corn and there's also like a mayonnaise mentaiko paste stuff over there, like that's quite a lot for your thing that was described as a potato with butter. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a whole plethora of stuff over there. It's a whole buffet.
Boop. What kind of animal did you get?
I think it's a koala.
Or a business tiger. I really can't tell what that is. Of all the animals up there, you had so many to choose from. You chose that?
I will never not sing the praises of the choco banana. How is the banana so much better than the bananas at home? Is it the chocolate? It's the chocolate.
I wonder if they do something, like they cover it in like a honey or something before they, let me see.
Like no chocolate, how is that banana? Standard?
It's a very virgin banana. It's not ripe at all. Ugh.
It's good.
Fireworks, some fireworks are happening. I feel like every 20 minutes some fireworks happen, so that's nice, but we can't see them from here. Gotta finish my jagabata and then we can go. Jagabata.
It's kind of cool being in this little town, in these crowds, with all this energy going on, and all of a sudden, around the corner, a firework goes off. And it's like not even the festival firework part of the day that started. It's not like the main game. So you know it's going to turn into like much more prevalent. And this is like test fires. And Katie mentioned that something that's actually pretty cool about this. This gives you an idea of where they're going to launch from when it all happens. So you can like try to figure out where you're going to stand. Like,
it's an early warning or like an early anchor point for everyone, which we go to DC and you have no idea where they're shooting off the fireworks from. You got to go and talk to the cops and ask the cops where they're shooting things off. And the cops don't really know. But here, they let you know.
I don't think I've ever seen a stand at a festival where they're making shichimi.
I have.
Have you seen this before? Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's kind of cool, actually. You get some like shichimi from the shichimi dude.
Some great jams right there.
That's pretty rad. Shichimi is like a seven spiced powder thing that you will put on like gyudon or maybe an udon soup, things like that. So
Just
it's not
spice it
something
up.
you would generally be consuming here. And most of these things are here consumables, not like grocery shopping.
はい、ありがとうございます。
We're going the exact opposite of alcohol. We about to super friend. Here you are, sir. Come by. Watch out. When it comes out hot, it can burn.
If you come one street over from the area with like the standard copy and paste matsuri goods and stuff, the stuff that like you think like the Yakuza is into. Oh, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. I think he was drunk.
Yes.
And you come over one street, you get to this place where all the local people have set up little booths outside of their shops, and it's little things that they've handicrafted and made. And it's much cooler. The vibe is cooler. There's a lot less people over here. You get to see something that's unique kind of to Chichibu. This isn't something you would see at like all matsuris or festivals. And we were walking, we found a place that's selling little magnets, and magnets are something that we collect. We put them on our fridge and stuff when we go on trips. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're getting a magnet. And usually they're pretty cheap too. And they had a whole bunch of different animals and stuff. And I was like, what is the right essence for the animal that I want? And the right essence for the animal that I want is a cat's paw. It's just like a little cat paw on this little magnet that was like 165 yen or something. But
And what I thought was cool is it's like an older dude and an older lady just manning the booth. I don't know if they're creating all of the items, but they were just sweet.
yeah.
I felt good about that
And,
purchase.
like they're doing earrings and magnets, and the guy is over there like making earrings right now, like putting things on a metal thing that you put in your ear. He's not like crafting like
Gems.
intricate gems. You know what I mean? He's just like putting beads on things. I'm like, okay, here you go, a couple hundred yen or whatever. But yeah, this is much cooler. I was trying to figure out what about this festival feels unique, because a lot of times big festivals in Japan, each one, they all have a lot of overlap, but then there'll be something about them that's distinct. And this little street is a bit distinct. I'm not sure if the float situation is going to be different because we haven't seen it, nor have we figured out where they go. It's a bit confusing, and I haven't seen a map.
I talked to the cops. Ooh, jagabata. I talked to the cops, and he said you should go over to this one area, go to the city hall, and you might get a chance at looking at the floats, but you might be too late. We have no idea how this float situation has happened. I haven't really heard a float, seen a float, and we've been in the middle, like right in the heart of what's happening. So I feel a little like, how did this happen that we've missed this? So we're heading over to the city hall to see if we can see the floats. You know that you're a Matsuri basic bitch sweets girl. You know that, right? Like, you got the choco banana, and then you got the baby castatera. But what's good about it is they're Pikachu shaped, so at least that's one good thing. But
Are they mochi mochi?
they're quite mochi mochi.
Are they pika pika?
Not pika pika. Little saku saku.
So these things, these little Pikachus, they're basically just like
They
waffle
are
batter.
fortune cookies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they taste
They're
like
fortune cookie batter.
Yeah, and he makes them in like an iron thingy that like cooks them like
Like
kind
a
of like
griddle.
a pancake, kind of like a griddle.
A griddle with shapes.
It appears to be 7 o'clock though, because
Boom boom.
yeah, the explosions are happening, and it's seeming like we did miss the parade. I don't know how, because like they're usually loud, and they're
And you
usually
can't get away from it.
Yeah, and for some reason, like the way this place was laid out, it just wasn't on our priority list right away. And then I don't know, we just somehow missed this giant parade that takes place. So it's usually like, I'm assuming like those big floats that, like I'm thinking like Japanese style floats, like big wooden thing with a bunch of people pulling it with taiko and flutes and bells and stuff. You see this quite often at Matsuris. I'm a little worried maybe it's unique here and we missed something cool. Like I just don't know, but we didn't see it, so I guess we just gotta come next year. I don't know what else to say. Maybe you can just probably Google it and see what they look like.
The internet, the ruiner of all true experience.
So the next stage of the day is to watch some fireworks for a bit and then somehow get back to Scooty, which is complicated because every road is closed off in some way that you can't get across it because of the festivities. And Scooty is like across all the roads in a different direction. So I'm a little concerned about that because I don't want to be stuck here till 10 because I'd like to be on the motorbike and getting back to where we're going to have our hotel an hour away before like midnight. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't sound fun because when you leave at 10 with everybody else, it's going to be a huge line.
Yes.
So I'm hoping we can leave kind of early, but that is if we can get to the Scooty.
The 7 o'clock kaboom wasn't as kaboomy as I thought it was going to be. It said that the fireworks were going to be from 7 until 10. So I didn't expect that we were going to have light kabooms in the afternoon and then increasing kabooms up until 7. And now the 7 o'clock kaboom was just like all the other earlier kabooms. What am I, your Pikachu bitch? Gosh.
5 minutes have passed and now we hear the sound of the parade things going on, the floats. We can hear them. But
Get it.
I don't know how to find them. Like, it's like echoing around, you know what I'm saying? We need like a dolphin to figure out where the echolocations are. We sort of found the parade.
It felt a little somber and slow.
I like the vibe though.
Yeah, it was different for sure.
You got to see a bunch of people walking with lanterns on a big stick, and in the lantern was fire. It was groups of people, and they're going to an endpoint that maybe is like a makeshift shrine or something. Kind of unclear on where they were headed, but they all would file into this one specific little area, and that was like the end of the route. And it's right here near the
Fried
City Hall.
potato.
By the right here by the fried potato. And then you can see the fireworks going off in the background, which is pretty cool. So we're standing here and kind of enjoying that, and the people who work here are like, you're not allowed to stand here and enjoy this and try to move everybody out. It's kind of stressful, and they're like, don't stand near this place where you can watch this event that the city has set up. And it's kind of been like, that's kind of been the vibe tonight, is that like,
Please don't go here. We want you to go there. There is not where you want to be because you can't see what you want to see.
They're having all these interesting events, but like no way to see them like in a way that makes a whole lot of sense. However, without getting too deep into the complaining, because we kind of been griping each other, we're standing there watching this like somber, like, you know, parade route of guys like carrying mikoshi, which is solemn.
Yes, solemn.
Mikoshi is part of the shrine that they send around town, collect
holding
prayers
the spirit
or whatever.
of their community person.
And he knows everybody's address.
And he knows all the addresses, yeah.
Seriously.
So they carry this throughout the city to a specific point.
Yeah, so that was the end point of this thing, was like one of the groups was carrying a mikoshi. And like, okay, that's like normal stuff. And then 2 horses ran out. 2
ponies were just there.
Not usual. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen a horse at a Japanese festival before.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them all like dressed up, like kind of ran out into the dark. It was a weird situation. And then the dude was like, everybody's got to get out of here. No ponies for you.
No ponies for you. You're clogging up the works here.
Maybe another Pikachu?
Yeah. Case in point. Behind us is where they're putting the mikoshi in a kind of its resting spot for the evening, and they've boarded up all around it. So people are having to like hold their phones above their heads to try and get a picture. It doesn't make sense. Why? Finally, a big kaboom.
So the way fireworks work in Japan is a couple of different ways. Sometimes you'll have a place that's just like a normal fireworks festival where it's like, 20 minutes of fireworks. But sometimes, like this one, you'll have a thing where they do a bunch of fireworks and then they pause and they're like, okay, hold on a few minutes. And I guess they're like reloading the machines or whatever. And they'll do like, this next firework group is brought to you by so-and-so. And this other firework is going to be brought to you by this person. They're like sponsored. You get like commercials in between the fireworks. And that's what's going on here. So you get like lag of like 5 minutes between each chunk of 2 or 3 minutes worth of fireworks. And it makes the entire thing take like 2.5, 3 hours. So like, it's okay to like, if you're walking around, like, you know, hitting up the little snack shacks and just like checking things out and getting blasted on chew highs or whatever.
Some people get blasted on chew highs.
But it does sort of slow down the pace of it a little bit. So if you're in it for like an exciting like 20 minutes of fireworks, you kind of got to wait to the end, which is going to be like an hour and a half away. So we're going to just kind of enjoy them as we go. And as I do the announcements, we're going to walk towards Scooty. And when we get to Scooty, we're going to just kind of scoot and beat the traffic. And also, it's freaking cold out here. We're about to get on a motorcycle, so.
Do another cool one.
Hope it's green.
Green sucks. Wow. Solid. That's a solid. Did you see it? That's the new jams. Wow, I've never seen it like that before. It's really cool. Woo! It's not that often that you get new fireworks. You want to hear a Katie story from long ago? I went to like a fireworks show where they were grading fireworks at one point in time. Like somebody's dad worked for like a fireworks company. So we got to go to their house like one day and they were just setting off fireworks to get like people's reaction to them. And ever since then, I've kind of like graded whether fireworks were good or not. That's a stunner. Oh, so cool. And you rarely see a new thing happen, you know?
As we wait in line to leave the parking lot, the fireworks are still taking off now and then. It's pretty cool to watch.
They got like purple squiggly ones. Keep your eyes on the road. Wow. Okay, the purple squiggly ones are pretty interesting. I hope they show them to you. But I think we're in a new splash zone. Ew, what was that? Fucking turds of shapes. Why do they even make shapes?
Because from certain angles they probably look cool, but we're at the wrong angle.
No, we've seen it at many angles, and they always look stupid. Can't gamble on an angle. You gotta make a sphere.
We have survived our rather frigid drive.
Yep, my knees are chilly.
It's been an hour going down into Kumagaya, and it's around 10 degrees Celsius, so that makes it fairly cold when you start calculating in wind and stuff. My hands are kind of a little bit chilly. So from tomorrow, which will be a new video, we're going to be exploring Kumagaya, which is cool because we lived here for 2 years when we first moved to Japan, so it's kind of like our hometown, and we haven't been here together basically since we left like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun to just like walk around, kind of see things that we used to know and see how things have changed. And it was fun just driving in.
Yeah, I'm
like,
excited to just have like a moment where you stand there and you have like an inkling of this. Yeah, there's a memory here, and then one of us says that, and the other one's like, "Oh, this thing," and blah blah blah. So I'm kind of excited about that. Me too. But for now, I'm gonna go inside and get warm. Yes. Not my jam. I doubt you caught all of that, but if you did, nice. Same, I'm not a necklace woman either. How was that? Intense. It's a long way down. Man, I did not need technical difficulties on top of this shit. Can you keep moving a little quicker? I'm feeling pressure. From the lady? No, just because I'm crazy. So Eric is crazy. I'm not crazy. When we're doing weird stuff like this, I don't even think about the people. Oh my god, this is crazy. I don't even think about the people that are waiting because nobody else is here today. This is like not shit you do on a Tuesday. My stomach doesn't really know what to do with that buta miso don that we ate because it's all crunched up now.
It's gonna come out in one tight little package.
Yeah.
like a what are they? Wombats? Wombats poop little squares.
Why are you in my brain? Get out of my brain. I was like, just thinking to myself, don't say it out loud, Katie, going wombat style. And then you just started talking about it. 11 o'clock feels pretty early.
Can you start over? I was like looking at my nose.
Oh. Nodding's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is.
Where one crosses the street, all of them will cross the street. He looks like he's got a tail.
We sort of found some parade stuffs, and the parade stuffs turns out to be the end point for a bunch of people moving mikoshi, which is like a shrine, like a shrine, not exclave. What is it when it's not the exclave, the outside?
Yeah,
it's
where
like,
are we going with this?
You know what I mean? Like a country, like enclave, exclave. It's like like an oblast. Like I don't know what the English word is. Like in Russian, that's what it would be.
Obelisk?
No, not an obelisk. But like.
Yeah, I know it's sparkling. Don't miss it.
Help us keep making videos and get some snazzy perks over at Patreon, linked below.
Gonna try to see which one looks closest to jagabata, and that orange one in the middle, pretty close.
Questo qui per una comunione lo fanno a Livorno.